Tio right now, but a contract.
Know that. So, come Saturday night, I'm coming in here to beat his. He gonna be tough, strong, but I'm coming to whoop his. I stand by that. I'm him up. Yeah.
False accusation.
You gotta think, right? It's okay.
Accusation.
We
I
accept
can't wait to beat this clown, bro. This dude is a clown.
Focus on me.
You better have that chin ready, baby. You better have it ready.
Real clown.
I already figured you out.
You not fighting.
What else you got, man?
Yo,
Hey,
yo,
listen.
senior, you're
I only
not
seen
in the
10
ring.
seconds of your fight.
I seen you fight before.
I only
You
seen
can't
10
fight.
seconds of your fight. You're boring as hell.
Come on, bro. Stop it, bro.
Boring, man. You almost got knocked out. Even your daughter said you got knocked out.
Knocked out. Tio got hurt his
Come
last
on,
fight too.
man.
Didn't he get hurt his last fight?
Man, if it wasn't for those ropes.
Did Tio get hurt his last fight?
My son don't be throwing
Did
punches,
Tio
man.
get hurt his last fight?
My
I
son
watched
don't be
him.
throwing punches,
I paid
man.
attention.
Things exploded at the Stevenson versus Lopez press conference when Terence Crawford suddenly stepped in. What started as a respectful exchange instantly turned heated once Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez dropped a polite act and went straight at each other's pride. The entire atmosphere changed in seconds.
I think that he did some great things against them guys. I seen a lot of weaknesses in his game too, and something that he said earlier. He said, Tio never lost to a southpaw. Well, I never lost to an orthodox. So it ain't no different, but
The difference is you never fought no elite fighter.
Okay, I don't think y'all did either.
Oh, so you gotta show it, baby.
I don't think
pressure's
y'all
on
did
you.
either. I ain't see.
Not on my son.
I ain't see Lomachenko throw no punches.
You
for
never
6
been on a big
rounds.
stage like this.
I didn't see Lomachenko throw punches
You
for
never
6
been
rounds.
on a big stage like
I
this.
didn't see Lomachenko throw punches
'Cause we
for 6
froze him.
rounds. Okay, you gonna see.
We gonna freeze you too.
You better not.
The moment things really escalated was when Teofimo Lopez Sr. began talking about breaking codes, referencing wins over fighters like Lomachenko and Josh Taylor. Shakur wasted no time responding. He shut that down immediately, brushing those victories aside and firing back that Teofimo has never faced an elite fighter like him.
Well, I see their weakness. That's what I do. You know, we broke the code with with Loma that nobody had ever done. You know, we didn't let him get comfortable in there. You saw that, you know, with like 8 rounds, he didn't know what to do. I did the same thing with Josh Taylor, and we're gonna do the same thing with Shakur.
Real hard.
Man, what do you say to that, bro? Like, you hear him, bro? I just can't wait to beat him and shut him up,
Fuck you
bro.
till you
Tio
love
not
me.
on this level. Tio is a
I'ma fuck you
high-level
till you
fighter,
love me.
but he's not on my level. I'm an elite-level fighter, and come January 31st, I'm
From there, everything spiraled out of control. The exchange turned into non-stop verbal chaos. Shakur went after Teofimo's mindset, questioning his mental strength. Teofimo responded by calling Shakur boring and overrated. Both camps were shouting over each other, and it felt more like round 13 of a fight than a press conference.
100 times better come fight night against Teofimo Lopez than I was against Cepeda. 1,000 times better. Faster, sharper, stronger, mentally more on point, and I can't wait.
You said a couple of times now you see some holes in Teofimo's game. I know you don't want to give away your game plan at the kickoff press conference, but where are the weaknesses? Where are some of the weaknesses in his game?
A lot of the weaknesses is in his mental. I think it's more mental than anything, and I'm going to expose it.
The tension hit its peak once the insults became personal. Voices rose, security stayed on edge, and the room felt one sentence away from a full-scale fight. Promoters like Eddie Hearn tried to steer the moment back toward talk of legacy and greatness, but the fighters had already taken over. The emotion was too real to control.
Thanks for the reminder, Chris. This place is special. I think when this fight was talked about, I think both Shakur and Teofimo Lopez need a huge amount of credit for making this fight. Both of the guys are the respective kings of their division. Teofimo Lopez, the #1 guy at 140. Shakur, the #1 guy at 135. And when I heard about this fight, I didn't expect it to happen. And, you know, the work that His Excellency's done, Ring Magazine, to make this fight quite sensational. But the icing on the cake is to see the fight at Madison Square Garden. This is, for me, the absolute mecca of boxing.
When Turkey Alishik joined the call, his unimpressed reaction somehow made the situation feel even heavier. Instead of calming things down, it added another layer of intensity to an already explosive moment.
This fight is the first step of a crazy map of boxing next year at the beginning of 27. This is not an easy fight. Thank you so much.
By the end, both fighters were openly talking about domination, humiliation, and silencing the other. What should have been a routine media event turned into a raw preview of how personal this fight has become. This wasn't promotion anymore. This was real hostility spilling out, and January 31st suddenly feels impossible to ignore.
So I don't know. I don't think he can get it done against Shakur when it comes to like, cause it's going to be just a skill match. I don't think he's going to try to rough Shakur up, and there's probably.
After the press conference boiled over with emotion and ego, Teofimo Lopez Sr. took the microphone, and you could feel the energy shift. The chaos gave way to controlled confidence. This wasn't trash talk. This sounded like a father explaining a mindset. He wasn't worried about Shakur Stevenson's Philly shell or stylistic mimicry. His message was clear. They've seen every look before, and they're not guessing, they're preparing. What really stood out was how much emphasis he placed on growth and mental strength.
Crawford in the past, and you know, Crawford stated, "Oh, you want to get to me?"
Yeah, but he
fight
really
Shakur
want to
first.
fight Crawford, and we're gonna call him out after we beat up his boy. You know, what I'm saying?
That's the game plan.
That's
even
the
though
game
you guys
plan.
have, even if he requires you,
Well, he
guys
ain't
go
gonna
up.
fight us, man. He ain't gonna fight us, man. We've been chasing this guy for the longest. My son is even willing to go up to 160 to fight him. You know, listen, speed kills. You know what I'm saying? Speed kills, and that's why we're gonna beat Shakur. He ain't faster than us, and we're gonna catch him.
He painted Teofimo Lopez as a fighter who keeps evolving because he keeps choosing risk instead of comfort. Whether you agree or not, it's a strong argument. As he talked about legacy over money, underdog performances against Lomachenko and Josh Taylor, and changing styles from fight to fight, the belief was obvious. It was ambitious, dramatic, and bold, but it also lined up with how Teofimo's career has actually played out. He also brushed off concerns like ring size or gimmicks, basically saying they aren't chasing knockouts. They're chasing understanding and control.
Okay, we do this for the legacy. So I tell my son, that when I told him, you know, let's go after Colmig, let's go after Lomachenko, let's go after Josh Taylor. And all of those three fights, he was the underdog. You know what I'm saying? And big time. I mean, with Josh Taylor, he was like 23 experts said that he was going to lose. So, you know, and he gave an amazing performance, you know. And it wasn't the same as the performance he gave with Barbosa's, you know. Like, his styles have changed all the time. And that's the scariest part about him, you know. And he comes to it.
Yes, some of the comparisons to Crawford and Canelo might feel like a stretch, but that's part of the confidence package. The main takeaway is this. Team Lopez isn't showing up hoping for a lucky moment. They genuinely believe speed, adaptability, and pressure can disrupt Shakur's calm. Whether that belief survives 12 rounds is the real question. But psychologically, this wasn't empty noise. It was conviction. And when both sides truly believe they're smarter, faster, and more prepared, fights stop being predictable and start becoming fascinating.
Worry about any chance to implement a bigger ring, or like, you know?
We don't care about that,
No?
man. I mean, we're just gonna box this dude, man. You know, we're not going in there for the knockout. We never do. You know, the only fight that my son looked like sloppy was with Cambosis, because he was dying in there. And, you know, he said that he felt better when he was attacking more, you know. But we never do that.
After Teofimo Sr. laid out that mental chess approach, the conversation shifted again when Andre Ward and Roy Jones Jr. stepped in. Now the perspective came from fighters who have actually lived inside matchups like this. Listening to them, it felt like grown man boxing insight. They echoed what many people felt watching the press conference. Those weren't marketing lines. Those were fighting words. But the sharpest part of their take was this. Shakur Stevenson creates in real time. He doesn't need a script or emotional fuel. He reads, reacts, and builds his fight round by round, adjusting as he goes. Teofimo Lopez, meanwhile, is explosive and capable of brilliance, but when chaos hits, he still needs structure to reset and find rhythm.
Shakur like a fighter who has a blank canvas. He's got the IQ, he got the experience, and the athleticism and the skill set where he can paint any type of picture he wants to on a blank canvas. When I look at Teofimo Lopez, he's almost that. He has a blank canvas, but he needs an outline on what to draw and what to paint inside the line. Now, every now and again, he'll go away from the outline that he has and he'll do something dope and he'll be like, "Ooh, that was cool. That wasn't on the outline right there." But I don't think that he can create on the fly like a Shakur Stevenson.
Ward and Roy weren't disrespecting Teofimo at all. In fact, they credited him with something smart. The disrespect at the press conference wasn't random. It was intentional bait. The goal wasn't to win the argument. It was to pull Shakur into an emotional fight instead of a technical one. That's high-level mental warfare. But here's where they were clear. Trying to drag a calm, disciplined fighter into chaos can backfire if that fighter understands the trap. If Shakur takes the bait, Teofimo has an opening. If Shakur stays patient, the plan collapses quickly. The legends even joke that if someone talked to them like that, fists would have flown immediately. But they also admitted Shakur isn't wired that way. He doesn't need to win the moment. He only needs to win the night. That's the difference. This fight isn't about volume or bravado. It's about who keeps control when the plan disappears and the situation keeps changing.
I think that Teo just painted the outline of being as disrespectful as he can at the press conference because he wants to try to piss this kid off so the kid come fight with him. You understand me? Because with me, he had exactly what he wanted. Because as soon as I go in there, I'm coming straight to his head. You understand where I'm coming from? So, but I think that's what he's trying to get. Yeah, you feel me? But I think that's what he's trying to get Shakur to do. Because why would you say that to a person? What does that have to do with boxing? You feel me? He knows that Shakur has great feet, and he's not gonna be able to catch Shakur if he lets Shakur take his time to do what he does. So he got to try to make Shakur come in and try to kill him, which is what he just did at the press.
Right after Ward and Roy broke down that blank canvas versus outline concept, the discussion moved into something even more dangerous: first-hand experience. This is where Keith Cologne's perspective stood out. Now it wasn't theory. It was lived reality. Listening to him made it clear why Shakur Stevenson is such a difficult matchup. Cologne wasn't calling Shakur mystical or supernatural. He explained that Shakur reads body language like subtitles. A small dip, a shoulder turn, a shift in balance, and Shakur already knows what's coming before the opponent fully commits. That's not speed. That's processing. What's striking is how casually Cologne described it, like being 2 or 3 steps ahead is just normal. That explains why Shakur stays calm while others look stressed. He's not reacting late. He's reacting early.
Just sparring him and then watching him, I always notice, I'm like, dang, when he, if you really pay attention to when he spar, when he fight, he already know what you're going to throw before you throw it. Not because he's some type of, boxing guru or anything like that, but because he reading your body language. If you dip to this side, I'm already blocking for a possible hook or uppercut. I don't need to worry about a jab or right hand because the probability of you throwing that is not even, But so just watching him and sparring him, being in the ring with him, it's like, dang, just him understanding what a person could throw based on their body positioning. It always put him 2-3 steps ahead of his opponent.
Hearing that from someone who actually shared the ring with him perfectly matched what Ward and Roy were saying. Shakur doesn't need chaos to function. He thrives on clarity. He lets the picture develop, then adjusts it. Cologne really drove the point home by explaining why Teofimo Lopez, as dangerous as he is, must stay sharp for all 12 rounds. He gave Teofimo full respect, saying this is a better fight than Shakur's last one because Teofimo is athletic, explosive, and always dangerous. That's fair, but the difference comes down to habits. Teofimo dropping his lead hand after body shots, leaving small openings. Those details don't matter against most fighters. Against someone like Shakur, they matter a lot. Cologne pointed out moments in past fights where Teofimo didn't adjust quickly enough. And that's exactly what Shakur feeds on. One mistake becomes a pattern. The pattern turns into points. Suddenly, rounds are gone before you even realize it.
Sure, the most notable thing that come to mind is I remember when he fought Sandor Martin, like every time he like threw a right hand to the body, he never had his lead hand up. Sandor Martin was just check hooking him to death. I'm just like when he's just gonna make the adjustment, you know, when he gonna realize that he just keep getting hit with the right hook every time he try to throw the right hand. So those are the small adjustments that he had to make because, you know, sharp fighter, they gonna capitalize. So he gotta be.
Colon isn't predicting knockdowns or wild drama. He's predicting pressure, mental pressure, the kind that makes Teofimo push late, while Shakur quietly stretches the gap. That's the most dangerous version of Shakur Stevenson. Not flashy, not loud, just clean, calm, and walking out with a clear win while everyone else debates when momentum shifted. When you step back and look at everything together, this fight stops feeling like a simple style clash and starts looking like a psychological test under bright lights. You've got Shakur Stevenson, calm and calculating, reading patterns before they fully form, against Teofimo Lopez, explosive, emotional, and dangerous enough to flip everything in a single moment if given even a small opening. The press conference showed how personal it is. Teofimo Sr. showed how deeply Team Lopez believes in their plan. Ward and Roy reminded us that words can be traps, and Keith Colon confirmed what many fighters already know. Shakur doesn't chase chaos. He waits for it to reveal itself. That's what makes January 31st so compelling. This isn't about hype anymore. It's about identity under pressure.
The stuff that he's tightening up things for Shakur to prepare for him, but also in sparring because, you know, he may have lagged during this last sparring. So it's a lot, but it's definitely doable. And you know, but this is, you know, this is, you know, the time is now. You know, at the end of the day, oh yeah, for sure, I feel like Shakur is gonna outbox him, and it's gonna be a point in time until he kind of get desperate, and that's when the gap is going wide, and then Shakur is just gonna, you know, come out with the clean.
So the real question is this: does Teofimo force the moment and break through, or does Shakur quietly turn 12 rounds into a clinic while everyone argues about when it slipped away? That's the debate. Now it's your turn. Drop your thoughts in comments, and let's really talk about it. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Boxing World.